Kurt knows how to build engines, he just doesn't do it because...
I'm stupid.
He knows. Good morning, welcome to Garage. Back at it on the K truck. We got the motor cleaned up last time. Vargas, you did a little cleaning?
Yeah,
you did a little cleaning. You didn't film it, or you did, didn't you?
Got erased.
You got erased? How'd I get erased?
I don't know how to work cameras, man.
So we're continuing on. He's taping it up. That's good. We're gonna paint it.
Yeah. And then after paint, final cleaning.
And you already cleaned the housings or the rotors?
Already, yeah.
Did you clean this out like you said?
Yeah, and
cool.
Clean up the side seal already.
Awesome. Oh, you just tape them all out?
Yeah, just because they're
sick. Specific?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so anyway, our main goal today is to get this all painted, cleaned up, assembled, ready to go back in the car. Still got a few parts that we need. We need the oil pan flanges and stuff like that. Hopefully it looks pretty cool by the end of the day.
What'd you use to clean these off with?
Simple green and just a wire brush. You don't want to use something too harsh in the metal because it'll start corroding it. On this one, all this needs to get covered, so because where the engine actually seals, so this gets painted. This needs to be covered, this needs to be covered. On here, the whole side, these ports, and then the other side again. And the front, you cover the front timing cover, the water pump outlet, and then the other side, and then you only paint the center. Before we build the rotors, we have to put the bearings in. Easiest way to get the bearing to go in straight that I've found over the years is scribing it. So you just mark it with a Sharpie, scribe a straight line in it. That way when you go to the rotor to press it in, it goes in straight. You see this one's a little crooked. I mean, it worked.
Is it okay if it's not straight?
No, doesn't matter. It's just you have to get coverage for when you actually scribe it. And just scratch it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there it is. There it is. So when you go to press it in, you just eyeball it with the lines and just press it down. So let's press these out first. So this fits bearings perfectly. You can press them in and out, and then to press them in, because they have to be at a certain height, you add this ring to it, and that stops it right in the lip here, so you don't press the bearing too far down. See, that's the groove it has to lock into. That groove right there. It just helps it lock the bearing so it doesn't, in case of a bearing failure, it doesn't spin the bearing.
They're in there pretty tight.
Yeah. So you have a little bit of clearance between the bearing and the crank. That oil goes in and just lets everything turn.
So what's the red stuff?
It's just lube.
Lube?
Yeah.
Assembly stuff?
Yeah, just like makes the bearing go in smoother.
So that right
you
there
just
has
try
to
to match
line
it
up?
to the bottom two marks here. So when you press the bearing, it just goes in between.
See how that sticks out right there? That notch has to sit down in there.
Just to lock
So
the
you
bearing
can't
in
screw it up.
Yeah.
Ready for the moment of truth? Oh,
Not bad, huh?
not bad. Look at that. I like your process.
Luck. Pure luck.
Pure luck, yeah. Well, if this is the scariest part, you're cruising right through it.
I mean, we need a timer, because I said 15 minutes.
I'll set a timer.
I'm pretty sure I can do 15
I'll set a timer. And if you do it in 15 minutes and it blows up,
It's gonna blow up, so really.
it's perfect. Good job. 2 for 2.
So now, I just gotta put the springs in the correct order, which is right here. Because the springs, they're not the same. Like some have the tab pointing down, which is right here. This is what locks in the little holes there. So if you look at this one, you see the rounded tab is on this side. This spring, it locks this way, so it doesn't turn anymore. And then this one has to point the other way, so that spring locks the other way. This is the rear rotor. So the rear rotor the springs lock to the right. So in the rear, I had to put these springs. So this will go in here, and there's a little dimple down there. You can see it right there, that little dimple, right there.
Oh yeah.
So the spring just falls in there, and that's where it goes.
And the spring always stays in that dimple.
Yeah. If you put it the wrong way, so if I put this spring in the rear, it'll just be always spinning, and it'll just be pouring oil out. Ooh. One side of the spring locks to the rotors, which is the tab pointing down, and then the other side's pointing up, so the top part locks into the case. So that's why you have to make sure you put them right. So this one, once it's compressed, it just sits right there, doesn't let it move. And if you don't change these, they'll be too wore out, and they'll also make the engine smoke. That's why we bought brand new, all brand new, and brand new springs. So make sure we don't have a smoky engine. If you can go by the way they lock, or in the service manual, like it tells you blue goes on the rear gear side, white goes on the rear just plain side, non-gear side. And then for the front, so this one's blue, the front will be the front gear will be white, the white paint.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the front plane will be the blue.
Swaps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then this one's locking here, you want to put it opposite, so you put this on the other side, that locks over here. For the actual seal, you just put a little bit of assembly lube, basically, so you don't cut the seal when you're putting it into the case. So on the inner seal, so you just insert it like that easy. But the outer, the seal's a little, it's like a little bigger. If you don't put it, sometimes it just falls off. And you want to put lube on it just so you don't, when you're pushing it in, you don't cut the seal with the rotor. But watch out, because these things are really
sharp.
Yeah, like this.
I figured that.
Yeah, it's really bad. So here, just double check that the spring is sitting on the little dimple in there. So just press it down to make sure it's gonna go in there, and just adjust it a little bit. And once you know it's there, then you just match that cut to the cut on here. And once you have it centered, you just press evenly around, and that's basically it. So now you just turn it over to the other side and put the springs in. So it's going this way and there. Stop right there. So you get the smaller one, and since the outer locked here, you can put the inner either side. I'm just gonna put it in this side. This part's open, so you can tell where the spring's at, but here it's closed out, so you kind of have to just make a visual line of where stopping the spring at, and then match it here. And just press down one side first, then the other, and just go around. Then here, just add a little bit in the corner, on each corner. One spring to the corner, so you put a spring in and make sure it goes in straight and it's not in the middle of the groove here. And then put it in the corner seals. And just make sure they're pointing straight to the rotor. After the corner seals, then you do the side seals. Kurt knows how to build engines, he just doesn't do it.
I'm stupid.
He knows. So here, just slide it this way. Yeah, these you have to clearance them because when they sell them to you, they almost fit like halfway through the seal.
How come you have to put seals inside of there?
Well, this is what rides inside the aluminum part of the engine.
Yeah.
So it just basically just stops the engine from smashing into the other part. So that's why you have the apex seals.
So the actual rotor itself is
Never
not
touches.
touching.
Never touch it. If the rotor itself touches the engine, you have issues with the engine. Here, just same process. And then you put the bigger spring first. Push it up to make sure that the corner seal spring is in place. So you put the big one first, and then you add the little one in the middle.
Little pieces.
And then the little pieces are in here. So this is the piece that you add after you put the rotor into the housing.
So is that basically what would be like a ring and piston engine?
Yeah.
Would you look at that? Puerto Rico, America, Wardhouse Drift Team.
Yep, all universal.
All good things.
Final cleaning. So that's what we use. The electric parts cleaner, because you don't want to mess with the paint. Can't smell it anymore. This front stationary gear. So this is where the crank sits in.
So what is that?
Hylamore. This is like a gasket dresser. That's what they call it.
Does it act like glue?
Yeah, but it doesn't harden. It just stays tacky the whole time. There's the inner seal. So the inner seal, the OEM are, this is how they bond them together. So you don't want to put this where heat's gonna happen. The coolest part of the engine is the intake side. That's where the gas and the air go through. So that's why you always put the union by the intake side.
Oh, okay.
And these are the outers. That's it. Just enough. You don't have to like overdo it. Just enough for the first start of the engine.
I'm gonna have to watch this video. I missed that part. Dang it.
So now it's just repeating it 4 times, because this is 1, 2, and in the middle has 2 faces, so 3 and 4. Starting to doubt myself though. Because
Doubt yourself.
I forgot my engine stand.
He's already making excuses. All right, man. Showtime. Ready? Set. Go.
So here you just add a little bit of silicone on the edge to help the housing seal. And you put the first housing down. You just have to align the dowels. One goes here, the other one goes on top.
Awesome.
After that you get the rotor. So grab the front rotor, is this one, and then clamp it down the seals so that it fits the
Just
housing.
gotta hold those seals with your hands, basically.
Yeah. Just bring it down so it matches the front gear. So now you just press down the springs so they sit all the way back like it's supposed to. And once they're down, then you can grab the tips of the corner of the apex seals and just press them in. That's it. These can make or break a rebuild, because if you're in the top already and this slips down, it just goes all the way through the engine.
Oh.
And you take the whole thing apart. So that's in, and then after that you put the E shaft in. Add silicone again. The toughest part in a rebuild is the next step, because you have to fit the center plate around the crank and then slowly position it down without moving everything under the engine.
It's crazy stuff.
Don't do it this way, just get a actual engine stand.
This is kind of like what we got.
Yeah, usually when I don't have the engine stand, I just use like a Home Depot bucket. When I build an engine, I don't even talk. I just play salsa music in the background.
Salsa?
Yeah,
Can you salsa?
yeah. My grandma taught me.
Can we go on a salsa night?
What torque do you hit it with?
You do it three sequences. I always do 17, 27, and then 37, and then go around 38. Take them all around.
You're obviously tightening these in a specific sequence too?
Yeah, right there. I used to forget, so
Did you write it down, or you have
I
it
tattooed
tattooed
it
on?
on.
Yeah.
So, same engine. So right here, where did I start? That's fine, it's right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, this is 1. And then you go right here, it's 8, and then 9, and 18.
15 seconds off. But you're at 18:49. You had to talk. I mean, I'm not helping you with your
Kyle's
excuses,
fault.
but
He made me talk.
I'm just trying to learn.
you can talk your way through it. You know what? Have yourself some food, my friend. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vargas.
This smells delicious. Also, this looks great.
Well, it turns out works. So now is we have to wait on the oil pan to put the front setup on, which is the counterweight that is balanced for the rotors and the rear counterweight. The oil pump drive. This used to be the mechanical oil mirroring pump drive, but you still have it on there even though we deleted it. And then the spacers. A bearing goes in here, and then we can put everything together and stack it and throw it into the truck.
Cool, dude. It's awesome. Well, we'll continue this tomorrow if we get parts. If not, this is the end of the episode. And we'll see you next time.
Hopefully you learned something.
I learned. Kyle learned the thing. He said it was hard, but he did learn something.
It was hard, I did learn.
I gotta pop back. What are we? Do we have anything we have to do? Hey guys, this replaced buttons. Hope you like it. I hope you guys are eating. Are you guys hungry? Get something to eat. Stay healthy. Hydrate yourself. Drink water. Also, click the link and subscribe and comment. That's all things that you should do.